So Dean Schatz sent me a 12 volt MT39 starter with the O-ring on it, and he wrote the man, the myth, the legend, Jpaydirt. Oh, Dean, you're awesome. Thank you for that starter. So I'm gonna put that in the hole. I got the flywheel on. Are we lined up? There we are. Now we're lined up. Yeah, baby. All right. Whoop. So these beat the crap out of the old, what would they be, MT42s, 50s. Oh, let's see, we're gonna have to turn that. Nope. Goes in just like that. Oh, these two are a pain in the neck. I don't know why Cummins had to orient the starter bolts like that. Had to put one straight down, and then the other one over here. That one's, I don't know. I don't know what I'd have done. So I can't find an intake gasket. I had one. It's got thrown away. It must have been on the bench and got scooped in the garbage can. So nobody's got a manifold gasket for that short pipe up there. So either got to make one or order one. They all got a closest one I can find is like California. Yep, that's why that top one had two lock washers. It would come out too far. I don't think it'd ever get into the flywheel, but close to the end of the hole. Anyway, there she is, kids. There she is. Huh. Oh, we'll have to get a couple of batteries. See how she works. So this is a solenoid to engage the solenoid. My scrapers, my cat stuff uses a secondary solenoid. It saves on this solenoid. It keeps you from burning them up. Anyway, you can mount this here, you can mount that there, you can mount it here. You can pretty much mount this wherever you want. But they come from the factory with some insulation stuff sprayed on them so they can't get yucky and corrode. So all you got to do is run a wire to this here, and that engages this one, and you've got a hot one here that comes through batteries, and then that sends juice through a big wire instead of having a small wire come here and reduce amperage and possibly voltage to your main solenoid. That's the purpose, I think. I'm an older man, you can trust what I say. Looks good, Dean, thank you. Alright, so I've got pretty much everything on the engine. This is the old oil pump, and this is the pressure sensing line that runs the relief valve. And the reason I've got the old pump on here is I've taken the drive gear off the shaft, and so I'm going to put the power steering coupler in here, and I have a bolt made in here to drive it with a drill so I can pre-lube the system. And I wanted to do that today, but I'm having a terrible time trying to find a 9/16 JIC cap. My cat dealer lists them, but every time I keep getting them, they're 1/2 inch. And so I called yesterday and talked to the parts guy, and I said, hey, these are 1/2 inch. So he went out and he looked, and I said, it's got to measure about 6'10", 6 whatever on the inside to be the 9/16. And he says, yeah, this one measures that. So I put it in the call window, and Mrs. Jpaydirt went and got it. And when she got here, it was 1/2 inch. So I don't know, maybe they're in the wrong bin, or he can't read the dial caliper. I don't know. So my plan was to get the oil system pre-lubed, then take that pump off and install the new painted pump with the straight gear. Anyway, I can't do that. So I've got pretty much everything on here ready to go. These are my breather lines. So it had one metal line on it, and then the other one just had a hose. So I got this suction hose from my cat dealer. It's a cotton braid hose. They just used heater hose on it before, and heater hose with the oil will start to collapse, and that's what it was doing. So you have to have two because you've got two breathers. So anyway, I'm really glad I went with this color. I was kind of nervous about it, didn't know how it would turn out. But after I got it painted, I looked at it and I went, that is cool. And I've had a lot of really positive comments on this from you guys. I appreciate that. I just think the black covers and the red pearl metallic just look really, really good. Now I want to paint Petey and refresh the paint on it now. But the few items that I painted black, I think they look really good. It's a good contrast. I'm really glad I went with the black ceramic coat on the manifold instead of the polished ceramic, the chromy looking stuff. So the plan was to get the system pre-lubed, get my other pump on, and then this is the return fuel line, and this is the supply. Get it started, get it cranking over, and make sure it's going to run. I really want to put this on my cat dealer's dyno and film that. I know they'd put it on the dyno, but the film it part is my question. So through Instagram, I messaged the media people at Western and asked them, I just said I'd really like to have the guys at Western dyno this and break it in. before I put it in the truck, make sure everything's good to go. And I wanted to film this for my YouTube subscribers. And so they got back with me and said they're going to give me an answer Monday. Today's Saturday. So I'm looking forward to that. I really, really hope that they're going to allow me to film it. If they call me back and say you can't film it, then that's a deal breaker. I got to go somewhere else. I'm not going to, not film it. I got to do that. So anyway, I really appreciate your comments and sticking with me through all this. This has been a really, really long process. A lot of work. The boys have been out working, so they haven't been able to help me. So I've pretty much done this all by myself when I've had time to work on it. I've been in the shop this morning cleaning up. I can't seem to get that paint booth folded up and get it back in the box. I'm going to have some help. So this is the rest of my stuff that I painted. Things that need to go on. All the leftover bolts that still are going to go on. Like I said, I really want to get it dynoed and check it all out. Make sure everything's good to go. And then get stuffing her in the truck. We're on the home stretch. Shouldn't take long now. Anyway, I appreciate you guys sticking with me through this. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for the positive comments on the paint. Appreciate it.